Have you ever leaned in closer the second someone whispered, "Don't tell anyone," but have you ever felt a small rush of satisfaction sharing a piece of news about someone else before you even finish the sentence? Have you ever left a conversation about a mutual friend's drama feeling strangely closer to the person you were talking to? Here's the strangest part. Most people feel a little guilty about gossip. They call it petty, low, something better people don't do. And yet almost everyone does it, regularly, enthusiastically, sometimes daily. Most people assume this makes us shallow or mean-spirited. But psychology tells a much older, much stranger story. Gossip isn't a modern character flaw. It's an ancient tool your brain still rewards you for using. By the end of this video, you'll know the 4 psychological patterns behind that pleasure. The first was learned in childhood through the very first secrets you ever kept. The second lights up the same reward system as food and money. The third is something that happened in a conversation you had this week. And the fourth might be the oldest reason of all, because sometimes gossip isn't about tearing someone down. It's about holding a group together. Picture a girl, 10 years old, at a sleepover. Her friend leans in close and whispers, "Don't tell anyone, but..." Something about another classmate. Small, harmless, delicious. The girl's whole body leans in, not because she's cruel, because in that exact moment she's been let inside something. A secret shared is a door opened. Psychologists who study friendship formation point to something simple but powerful. Trust is built in part through shared information other people don't have. When someone tells you something private about a third person, they're also quietly saying, "I trust you with this." The girl at the sleepover isn't just learning gossip. She's learning intimacy's oldest currency, being told what others aren't. Years later, she's an adult. Someone leans in at a dinner table and says, "Have you heard about..." And without meaning to, she leans in too. Not because she wants to hurt anyone, because her body remembers exactly what that lean in used to mean: closeness. If you've ever felt instantly bonded to someone over shared gossip about a third person, type "guilty as charged" in the comments. But childhood only explains where the habit started. To understand why it still feels so good, we have to look inside the brain itself. Neuroscientists at Harvard ran a study that surprised even them. They asked people to share personal opinions and information while scanning their brains. The reward centers of the brain, the same regions lit up by good food or unexpected money, activated strongly during self-disclosure and sharing information about others. Talking about people, it turns out, isn't neutral. It's chemically rewarding. Every juicy detail shared triggers a small hit of dopamine, the brain's chemical of anticipation and reward. That's why gossip rarely feels like work. It feels like a treat you didn't know you were craving until it landed in your hands. And there's a twist most people never notice. Gossip that reinforces a shared sense of right and wrong feels even better. Can you believe she did that? Doesn't just share information. It confirms, together, what the group considers acceptable. Your brain isn't just rewarding you for talking. It's rewarding you for participating in a shared moral compass. That reward doesn't erase the harm gossip can cause, but it explains why walking away from it can feel oddly difficult. And the third reason? probably happened in a real conversation you had this week. Think about the fastest way two near strangers become close. It's rarely a shared hobby. It's often a shared opinion about someone else. My God, you think that too? Psychologists call this triangulation, bonding two people through a shared reaction to a third. It works almost instantly because agreement feels like alliance. The moment two people align on, can you believe they did that, a small invisible bridge forms between them. That's why gossip spreads so fast at work, at school, in group chats. It's not just information moving, it's relationships forming in real time, powered by a shared target. This is also why gossip feels different depending on who's in the room. The same story told to the wrong person feels risky. Told to the right person, it feels like connection. Because on some level, we're not just sharing news. We're testing who's actually on our side. Which brings us to the fourth reason, the oldest one. The one anthropologists trace back long before smartphones, or even language as we know it. Evolutionary psychologists, including researcher Robin Dunbar, have a theory about where gossip actually comes from. Long before humans had cities, courts, or written rules, small groups needed a way to know who could be trusted, who shared, who cheated, who kept their word, who didn't. Dunbar's research suggests gossip functioned like grooming does in other primates, a social glue, keeping large groups coordinated without constant physical contact. Except instead of picking through fur, humans exchanged information. She helped when things got hard. He took more than his share. That information wasn't petty, it was survival data. It told the group exactly who was safe to rely on. In that light, gossip isn't a character flaw at all. It's an ancient monitoring system, running quietly in nearly every human group that has ever existed. The girl at the sleepover leaning in for a secret was doing something humans have done around fires for thousands of years. Learning who to trust by learning what others were willing to share. That doesn't mean every word whispered is fair or kind or true. Gossip can still wound. It can still distort. It still deserves care. But maybe the question isn't, why can't I stop enjoying this? Maybe it's, what is this pleasure actually trying to protect? Often it's not cruelty. It's an old, deeply human hunger to know exactly where we stand with the people around us. If this changed how you see your last, can you believe this conversation? Comment older than I thought below. And if you want to understand why your mind rewards connection the way it does, the next video on your screen goes even deeper.